Hey, this is Mark Watch with MTC Media. Hey, if there's something that hasn't been spoken about or hasn't been spoken about enough from all this stuff that happened with Dame Lillard and the Miami Heat, is that the Miami Heat officially have to pay the New York Knicks slash Los Angeles Laker tax. What is that tax? The tax is if I trade the player there, you have to give me everything. If I trade the player somewhere else, they don't have to give me everything. It's just that you have to give me everything. The Lakers had to do that in the Anthony Davis trade. No one else would have been asked for that package for Davis. Only the Lakers, because he wanted to go to LA. And that happens with anyone. There are teams that won't deal with LA. And that's part of the reason why. If LA, if you're going to the Lakers, you have to give me everything. The Knicks with Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell to the Knicks, Ainge wanted every young player and every asset that the Knicks have. Period. They didn't ask for that for Cleveland. Because trust me, Cleveland has better younger players than the Knicks have. They didn't say, well, hey, Cleveland, you got to give me all your young players. You have to give me all your assets. Oh, no. Because Cleveland doesn't have to pay the Knicks tax and the Lakers tax. It's only the Knicks and the Lakers who have to pay the tax. Which is why, and I will go into it here, when guys like Cronin and them say, oh, we're just trying to take the best deal for our organization. No, you're not. Now, I do think you're trying to take a deal that will help advance your organization. But the best deal might be for one of those players, one of the teams that you want to pay the special tax, i.e., you have to overpay me for this person to send this player to your team. No, the other teams don't have to overpay me, but you have to overpay me for that. So now Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra and the Heat culture, I guess GMs are tired of hearing it. And they're tired of them, being as successful as they've been, because they've been successful. But now they've been put in a category as you have to pay the tax. You got to pay the Knicks tax, the Laker tax, in order to get a good player. It's beyond Dame just saying, I wanted to go there, because you notice that they weren't sending Drew Holiday there either. And Boston did, in a way, overpay, but they didn't overpay. It wasn't you have to give me every asset. Boston they gave up 2 rotational players, one that they wanted to get rid of anyway. And they gave up one of their picks. The other pick was from Golden State. So they didn't really overpay. Williams, as important as Robert Williams is, he is often hurt. So yeah, you can argue it's a slight overpay, but it's not the tax pay. Now, that doesn't always work, and I'll tell you why. I agree with Brian Windhorst. When if Jovic and Jaime Jaquez Jr., when if they do end up playing to their expectations, especially Jovic, and you turn down those 2 teams in a package, those 2 players in a package, because you up in your fields, no, then that wasn't what was best for Portland. That wasn't what was best for the organization. Just like, and keep an eye on this, the New Orleans Pelicans got everything from the Lakers. Everything from the Lakers. And think about it this way. The Lakers already have a title. Okay. So that's the one check mark. And after the Russell Westbrook blunder, which was a blunder, it looks like Pelinka is on his way to fixing the organization, even possibly post LeBron. If that's the case, did New Orleans really accomplish anything? Because if you're going to get that many picks and pick swaps and players because you think that you're going to leverage the Lakers, you got to win something. And that's not to say that the Pelicans on paper aren't in position to win something, but they haven't won anything. You got to win a title when you have that many picks. Danny Ainge, he got out of Boston. But when everyone said, oh, Danny Ainge is this, that. Yes, definitely Boston has been a winner upon winners upon winners. They've not won a title. In today's NBA, when you have that many assets that Danny Ainge got out of all those deals, you got to win a title, man. When you sit around there and you take advantage of the Philadelphia 76ers taking Markelle Fultz, and you end up with Jason Tatum along with Jaylen Brown. So you have two studs to build around. You gotta win a title, man. At some point, you gotta win. You gotta be, I know they don't do this in the NBA, but you gotta be cutting down the nets. Because that was the expectation that Jordan stans put the NBA in. Oh, we got to count your title. What's your record in NBA Finals? We've reduced everything down to one thing. I come from an era where it wasn't reduced down to one thing. When Dr. J won his title after they acquired Moses Malone, everyone was happy for Dr. J. Oh, let that happen now. Oh, Dr. J needed help. Oh my gosh, why couldn't he have done it by himself? That's all people would have said now. But back in our era or that era, it wasn't like that. But that's the era we in now. Why do you think Dame wanted to get to Milwaukee so bad? Or get to a contender so bad? I won't say Milwaukee. Get to a contender so bad. Because that's what we're reduced it to. Well, if we're going to hold players to that, then hold GMs to that. But going back to Miami's been extremely successful. And if they're going to have to pay the Laker Knicks tax, you know that the ego of Spoelstra and Riley ain't going to pay the tax, which means they're going to have to continue being good in free agency, being good in the draft. And their ego, well, they think they can do that without overpaying. It's Mark Schwartzman from MTC Media.